Hello everyone, happy Sunday. Well, hope you're all doing well. You've had a good weekend. We're in the late afternoon, early evening of the Sunday. So, sorry, bear with me a sec. Ma'am, I know, I'm right here. There's your toy. I just got back home and Sophia's like, oh, the pretty girl. Okay. So, where to start? Okay, so I was off this weekend. Yesterday, of course, I went to Mother's, brought back leftovers she had for me. So, okay, now Sophia's going back to her tower. So, anyway, got up today, I just went ahead and did, instead of waiting till Wednesday, her monthly litter box cleaning. It gets a full dump, washing, the shebang. So, and since I scoop it every night before bed, it never has a chance to smell. Just, her box and her scoop, full on cleaning. So she's good to go for the whole month. So I ended up getting a shower, and I went to storage. I needed to take some stuff I had in the back to storage. There I started to go through, bear with me here, that's Mother. Okay, so anyway, Mother was texting me. I'll respond back in a minute. So I went by storage, put those things up because they've been just in the back of the car, stuck a few things. Then I started going through boxes. So that being the case,
get a load of these
I did. Okay, I'm sure you'll love my ringtone. Started going through boxes. Then after this, I did stop at Goodwill. Wait, yeah, I went to storage first. Yeah, okay, cool, sorry. So, going through boxes, I did already have some CDs set aside. I found some CDs. I literally forgot that I had. So, that being the case, I cataloged all my CDs into Discogs, and I'm like, all the CDs are here. So, apparently I'm a liar. But it's not the ones I was thinking, like the Hilary Duff Metamorphosis, the Freaky Friday soundtrack, the Lizzie McGuire soundtrack. It's such a weird three. I don't know where they are. This was a totally different selection. I knew I do, and I think I have some box sets over there as well. I don't think it's here, I have an ABBA box set, Burt Bacharach sets, the Burt Bacharach set, an ABBA set, Barbra Streisand, The Cure, and then one or two I've found thrifting. However, this one I had ordered from BMG many moons ago, the Casablanca Record Story. So I forgot it was over there in storage. So Casablanca Records, of course, 70s disco. Thank God It's Friday, Donna Summer. Look at that. That has 4 discs plus a booklet. So there is that. Some of these I literally forgot I had. Now some I've thrifted. So, but like the case, Ariana Grande's Eternal Sunshine. I totally forgot that I had this. Sorry. Hold on, because I'm not doing this again. So Ariana Grande, because I think I have her other, I don't know. So anyway, this will get cataloged into the app. So my Ariana Grande. These others I had, also ABBA Voyage. I'm looking through this box. Now granted, there's about 20-something Christmas CDs that are brand new sealed that I found at the library store a couple of years ago. And they actually go for decent money, but they're not going to sell right now. So ABBA Voyage. The others are soundtracks. Now this one was the original new Broadway cast recording of Pippin, which I love Pippin. We've got magic to do. Me and You. Now, the one with Irene Ryan, the original Broadway cast, is excellent. Ben Vereen. There's a clip from the Tonys, Ann Mala, Ann Malajetti, doing like a song from Pippin, and how Lyndon jumps up on stage. You see Ruth Gordon in the audience, and oh my God, this is when she was in Sugar Babies, something. But the Pippin Broadway cast soundtrack. These others, which speak, okay, not a soundtrack, but wow, 70s Pablo Cruz. I know I had found this one thrifting. So talk about yacht rock, Pablo Cruz, I would think. Celebrating the 40th anniversary, Labyrinth soundtrack, David Bowie. So again, forgot I had that. So the Varese Saraband soundtrack to Gorky Park. I had found this one thrifting as well. So the original motion picture soundtrack to the movie Backbeat from '94. I forget, was it Sherilyn Fenn was in this? See booklet for details. Boy, '94. So there's that. The soundtrack from Mermaids with Cher. I had found this one thrifting as well. So the Shoop Shoop song. Wow. Look how young they were. This one I found for $1 a couple of years ago at Goodwill. AI, Artificial Intelligence soundtrack. Pretty excellent. Expanded archival collection. So I can't remember this one, but I love the movie. It's one of those movies that doesn't get a lot of wow, like $60 on looking on eBay. Let's check solds. No matches, so nobody's bought it lately, but right now it'll go in my library. So it'll go on the app and go in my library. So that's what I found in a box there, and then I did a little bit more digging. I did find this thrifting a couple of years ago. A Yoquera Taco Bell, a little plush Chihuahua from Taco Bell. Come on, it's pretty awesome. He's going to go right here, next to the computer. Although somebody will want him, so. And then this one I found several years ago from Avon, 1983. E.T. Oh no. An E.T., I guess, pencil cup, that kind of thing. So, bringing him to be here on my desk by my computer. So, ha. So, there is that. So, all right. Now, the other thing, okay, so the rest that I found is actually some DVDs. I have a bunch over there that I was like going to sell, trade in for store credit. So, what did I get? What did I find over there? The first, second, and third seasons of the TV show Wings. Remember when that was on? Part of must-see TV Thursday nights. Along with, I think, Seinfeld as well. The first and fourth seasons of Leverage. I figured add them to the stack, and if I'm bored, So, first and fourth. The first 2 seasons of the show on ABC, Body of Proof with Dana Delaney, one of my favorite actresses, so she is awesome. Now, you Gen X kids out there, these shows you'll probably remember. Emergency, season 1 and 4. So, wow. What year was that? My God. I'll have to look those up. I mean, this one has like 18 hours. This one has 10. So, and the other first 2 seasons of Hawaii Five-0. God, my dad watched this show religiously. So, book 'em, Dano. So, yeah. So, I just dug through and I was like, okay, I'll bring them back here. If I'm bored and want to try something new, I'll throw it on. Now, the last thing I found over there, I had bought this thrifting. And I think I honestly paid $5 or $10 for. Not much at all. A digital camera. Oh my God. What? You've seen the trend of like millennials and what are they called? Gen what? It's not Gen X. Millennials and Zennials. That's it. Or whatever the youths are called. This one is apparently from, I think, Best Buy? Yeah. Best Buy sticker. This is a Canon PowerShot ELPH 180. So I saw this and I was like, holy shit. That is awesome. Because I think my original, my mom had got me a Canon PowerShot. I don't know. I think I left it at my dad's, at the lot years and years ago. Because I didn't know, because when we took the store, I took pictures. So of the store just as it was when we took the store that day and when we started unpacking books. After that, well, in all fairness, then it was like a year or two later, then the iPhone came out. So then you did not really need a digital camera much anymore. But this one, it has the rechargeable battery. I've got it charging right now. It came with a little charger. Has a SD card in there. So now what I've got to do is get an SD card reader to connect, more than likely, instead of to my iMac, to my MacBook. And then that way at least I can pull photos from there onto the laptop into iCloud. So once the battery's still charging up, because it's been over there almost 2 years, but I've had it for, it's been a while. At least, gosh, I don't know. I literally don't know where I found it, what thrift store or whatever, but I did check. I was just curious what this particular one goes for. Used, they've got it for $200 or less. So that's pretty awesome, but I honestly think I will, once it's charged up and everything, I get a reader and such, I'm going to play around with it. And, old school vibes from 19 years ago. Wow. And as long as the battery charges and everything, that's great. It's charging now. So I was like, holy shit, I forgot about this. So I have so many random things over there that I bought to sell. And it's the same way with the CDs. When I got storage and I moved stuff over there, I did not think ahead. There might be a box with some CDs over there. I don't know until I start going through those boxes. So that is actually going to be some choices there. I've got, like I said, I have books, my comics, which I lost track of how many boxes of actual Barnes & Noble boxes of Funko Pops I have. I don't really have an emotional connection. Now I'm very picky about what I get. Not that I went crazy, but I do have like Harry Potter. I think I have the Cher. I have the Dolly. There's certain ones I will keep. But others, I could probably let them go. I think Romy and Michelle are over there. Some stuff I can... if I had to guess, I could probably let 70% of that go and probably go down to a smaller unit if need be. It's nice to have it there. Pay for it every month. It is climate controlled, and that's nice. I could go over at my leisure and go through it. Start like going through the boxes and loading up what's not worth it. Not every book you have is worth something. It might be worth something to somebody else, but books are such a mass-produced thing. It has to be something very unique to go for good money. So, But that, along with like I have boxes of house stuff, kitchen stuff. Before I cleaned this kitchen out, these cabinets were packed. I was thrifting coffee mugs, the Starbucks coffee mugs, all that. So, wow, it's a lot. But I was so glad to find that. So I will add these CDs into the collection. These DVDs will just go over here. Like I said, I just sometimes just want to pop in a disc of Wings, you know, because they just don't make shows like that anymore. And since I've got this charging, I will have to get that like card adapter for the MacBook. I just want to make sure I want to play around with it and make sure it works. That, you know, somebody probably just got rid of it. I could sell it for parts too. So that being the case, I did stop by Goodwill. You know, I stopped by there yesterday morning on the way out before I got gas. They didn't have nothing. Color changed to blue today, half off. I found a few things. I did find they had just wheeled out this cool tall rack. It was originally $35 at Target. It was $6 and change. So I've moved it to the bedroom, and it's got my some VHS tapes in it. So it's over by the closet by my bed. So I cleaned it up and everything. It's in good shape. So I stood there for like 10 minutes debating, do I need to get this and take it home? You know, but for $6, I knew how could I utilize this and it be perfect for VHS tapes. And so I did. But, you know me, of course, I did take advantage of, they did have some 5 for $5, 5 for $1.25. Now, 4 of these I found. 2, I'm pretty sure I might be able to sell, which is in a lot. So, because I probably have like some of these. Now, there is Love's Long Journey from Jeanette Oak. So this I think was on Hallmark as well. I've never seen it, but I love that kind of stuff. These others, now this one is, I'm pretty sure I have this already. It's When Calls the Heart, movie 2. It was $25, and it's still sealed. So I can definitely throw that in with some of the others I have to sell. But the others were, I don't have, When Calls the Heart. I do think these are the exact same thing, but it's fine. 89 minutes. And they just have different art. But the main reason it has When Calls the Heart, a film by Michael Landon Jr., different cover art on both. But Maggie Grace, I like her. She was on Psych. Stephen Amell, Green Arrow from the Arrowverse on the CW. And 2 other actors I've never heard of before. So at least one I can sell. The discs are in decent shape. The other, if y'all remember this one from, hold on. Woo! 02. Swim Fan with Jesse Bradford. I don't know if this movie is just one that's been stuck on DVD or what. Disc needs a wipe down. Old school, just full screen. Widescreen. Yeah. But, I mean, Jesse Bradford. Oh, Cherie Appleby's in this. Jesse Bradford, Erica Christensen, and Cherie Appleby. I remember this was wild. Includes, yeah, full and widescreen. So, I mean, I saw this for $25. Why not? So, there is that. Now, the last 2 things, I spent $12 and change. So, I did get some cups that I can sell. Thanks to Tuition Ain't Cheap, who I follow on like Instagram and Facebook. Did you know that pharmaceutical companies cannot put their name, like advertise on merch anymore? Not a clue. My mom used to work for doctor's offices, so there was always notepads, Lexapro, and all that jazz hanging around. Pens, pads. So that stuff actually goes for good money. So I found 2 4-packs of thermoserve cups, with the drug name on it, and they go for decent money, like $30 a piece. So, and they were half off from $3.19. So it's kind of a no-brainer. So I got those to sell. Just gave them a wash, letting them dry. Now the other 2 things, I saw this pack of Happy Birthday napkins. Look at that font. And if you were to guess these were from 1991, you would be right. Copyright 1991, designed by Cara, Party House. Crazy. It's just because I even have a pack of Halloween napkins from the 90s as well. And it's weird, the stuff you like. The last thing definitely gave me 90s vibes, or at least early 2000s. This was $1.09. And I mean, look at that there. I do not see any kind of date. It did have a label at one point, but that art just screams like early 2000s. It's basically like just not like a Halloween pan, more or less. But I saw this and I was like, yeah, I gotta have that for $1.09. So Halloween all year long, gang. So there is that. So that's pretty cool. So, and originally it was $3 at the Foundry Ministries Bric-a-Brac White, $2.99. Well, okay, but just Halloween. Come on, that's pretty awesome. So, but anyway, so that's what I did today. I've already got my lunches made for the next 3 days. Where did Sophia go? Okay. She's back there, so she's probably on the bed. Now I just have to do some laundry, and that'll be that. And my weekend off is complete. So no need for the Monday scaries. Sorry. I mean, I close tomorrow so I can sleep in. She did let me sleep in a little bit. She did wake me up. And then I got up, it was like 7, I think. And then I went back to sleep. And finally, she was asleep and I was asleep. And I was like, so we were able to. So then finally I got up and I was like, my number one thing was to go ahead and do her box, because I had the time to do it. It's done. And she's got a fresh box. So there's that. But, yeah, I was glad I went on the storage. I'm glad I found that digital camera, because I had actually looked up recently. I was like, oh, it might be interesting. And you'd be surprised if you have an old school digital camera hanging around, you can make some money off of it, because there's some young people out there who want to buy it. Especially if you look on eBay. It's, oh wait, did I do that? I did. Sorry. Oh, that's done. I was looking at my to-do list for the week. So I'm jazzed. Now just, if it does work and everything, I will let y'all know once it charges up and everything. And kind of go from there and play around with it. Because I really want to see. It's got an SD card in there. So I'm wondering if the person that had it before, there are pictures on there. So that would be interesting if it was. So, but yeah. Because remember, you could only do X amount of pictures on an SD card. Especially, I don't know what year that was. I'm actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm curious to look up when that was. When was the Canon PowerShot ELPH 180 sold. The Canon PowerShot ELPH 180 was released in February of 2016. It was a popular entry-level point-and-shoot digital camera that retailed for around $120 at launch. So, interesting. Yeah, it says it's currently worth between $160 and $250 for a used, fully working model. Despite being an older budget point-and-shoot camera, its value has spiked due to the trending popularity of early 2000s style retro digital cameras among hobbyists. So that's pretty neat. So used, excellent, fully tested, clean body, includes the essential battery and charger. So that's pretty neat. Damn. Okay. That's pretty cool. I figured it would have been older than that, but 2016 when it came out, my God. You're saying 10 years? We were still doing point-and-shoot digital cameras? That's wild. It just seems like it shouldn't, you know? So, that just really boggles the brain. So, but I'm glad I found it. Who knows? I would love to think my Canon Sure Shot is still in there in storage somewhere. It could be. I do have 1 or 2 boxes with like old tech. It's possible. I've got my 2 old MacBooks in there. Cables galore, which in all fairness, you know, they always say get rid of the cables you don't use. You know, you do realize you're gonna need some cables, like audio cables, and as soon as you get rid of it, you need it. That was just like when I got the cable, I think it was for the Blu-ray player that I found for $6 at Goodwill a month or 2 ago. And I hooked it up. I knew I had an extra HDMI floating somewhere, and I did. So that's when it comes in handy. But yeah. So that is Sunday, gang. So let's just look forward to tackling the first of the week together. Hope it's cool where you are. It's hot as a mofo here. So I was out and it was so muggy out. My wallet was gone. But it's one of those where really, unless you have to go out, stay in. You know, that's why I really wanted to get out. I had to go to the store and pick up those few things. That should. Sophia has more of her puree things. The app for Dollar Tree said this store did not have them. I took a chance. They did, the 5-pack. So it just saved me from having to go to Publix for the actual brand churros that are BOGO. And in the grand scheme of things, it saved me from going to the grocery store and spending more money. So, because you get in there, you're going to spend more. At least when I went to Dollar Tree, I had set, I need this. Oh, they have her treats. I got more hot dogs and a pack of buns. You know, that kind of thing. That's dinner for 2 nights right there. So, but I'm just going to have the pulled pork that me and Mother had yesterday. That'll be dinner tonight. So, easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, gang. That is all I got for today. My storage pickups. I did find some CDs that I literally forgot I had, and Goodwill. So I guess not too bad of a day. So, but hey, it is what it is. So when you can just spend $12 and change, and I got a small piece of furniture that I'm using for my VHS collection, that's pretty good. Cannot complain. All right, gang, that is all I got. I'm gonna go ahead and get this video up for your pleasure, and we will meet back here tomorrow. I do close tomorrow, so that being the case, it will be later when I do my the Monday night video. We'll see how Monday goes and how we all tackled Monday together. How about that? All right, gang, y'all have you a good dinner, get you some rest. Let's jazz ourselves up to tackle the first of the week together, and we'll meet back here tomorrow. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. If you're new, hello. I'm so glad to have you. If you change your mind, that's cool too. I do not mind a bit. It up, down, and face it, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but it's piping hot. Ho! Anyway, all right, gang. I will see you all then tomorrow. I appreciate you, and I will see y'all then. And as I always say, bye, y'all.